Today we're going to install the Saniwise non-electric bidet seat. There's a lot of reasons to consider this bidet seat if you're new to the market. First of all, you don't need an electrical outlet. You also have a very inexpensive unit so that you're able to get in at a low price point and see if a bidet seat is the right choice for you. The downside to this versus an electric unit, you miss out on things like adjustable water temperature, adjustable nozzle position, a good fine-tuning of pressure changes, but again, it's a good starting point. My name is Daniel Johnson, the owner of Bidets.com. Join us as we usher in the new era of cleanliness. The first step to installing a bidet seat, electric or non-electric, is to take your existing toilet seat off. We have to take the caps off first so that we have access to the top of the bolts that hold the existing toilet seat on. And then we can unscrew the bolt from the top or the nut from the bottom. If we have a top mounting setup, we can leave the top mounting setup in the bowl, but just take the bolt out of the top. Once this is done, the seat should come off easily. This non-electric bidet seat, similar to a lot of electric bidet seats, uses a mounting plate. This mounting plate gives you the ability to install this seat with a variety of different bolt widths and a variety of different lengths forwards and backwards, so it gives you some flexibility. How are you going to know exactly where to install it? Well, you're going to use the template that came with the seat to figure that out. So here you can see, because of how elongated this toilet is, we want this mounting bracket about as far forward as possible. You can also see that there's an arrow in the mounting bracket with the word front. So we know that it goes this way and not this way because of that arrow with the word front. So we'll keep an eye on that. The Saniwise comes with a little bit more of a unique top mounting kit. So it's plastic instead of rubber, and it's got this bracket and then the bolt on the top. Now, we originally thought that this plastic might lend itself to some issues from a quality standpoint. However, we found that they're very durable and they're a lot easier to push in and pull out than the more standard rubber top mounting kits. So we've actually really liked those plastic mounting sleeves, if you will. We're now going to tighten these down, and it will be very loose at first. It's going to get tighter. You'll want to keep twisting even after it starts to get a little bit tighter, because that's the sleeve starting to tighten. And you want to make sure that sleeve gets all the way tight so that this mounting plate doesn't move. Now that that's installed, we can bring the seat itself over. Now the seat has a button that you press in to release or to latch the seat onto the mounting plate. So we can see those hooks. Those hooks snap into this area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press and hold on this button as I slide the seat into place. And as I push it into place, I want to see the button pop back out to let me know that it's connected. If it doesn't, it's not connected and it can slide out like we just saw. So we're gonna go ahead and push it in until we see it snap back out. So I saw it snap back out this time, and you can see now it's on there very firmly. We now want to drain the water from the tank after shutting off the water supply so that we have as little water in the system as possible when we disconnect it. So I'm going to turn the water supply off. This is a quarter turn. You might have a different shut off, just make sure that it's off, and then drain the tank. When you're holding this lever down, make sure that you're doing it until you hear no water running to make sure that the tank is fully drained. We're now going to disconnect the water supply inlet here. And we're going to catch any water on a rag. And now we're going to connect the T that came with it. Make sure that that rubber gasket is on. And because we're dealing with plastic threading from the tank and a plastic T, make sure that you're not cross-threading because you don't want to damage the threads on either side of the equation. Hand snug should be good. Let's go ahead and attach the water supply on the bottom. Each of these hoses, this one, the T connector up here, and both ends of the water supply here should have rubber gaskets or O-rings on them, so make sure that those are there before installing. Otherwise, you will run into issues with leaking. The straight end is the end that connects to the T here. Now we'll connect it to the seat. The hose is pretty stiff, so it might fight you a little bit and be a little bit tricky to maneuver, but as you can see, it's totally doable. You can tighten it down a hair with a wrench if you want, but for the most part, these can be hand tight and snug, and that should be good. Now that we have it installed, we're going to turn the water supply back on and check for leaks. Don't mistake a cold connection for a leak, but if you do feel moisture, that's something to consider when you're checking for these leaks. Now that we've checked and made sure that there's no leaks, let's go ahead and test the unit. So unlike an electric bidet seat, these non-electric bidet seats don't have seat sensors, so we don't need to put our hands anywhere on the seat in order to let it know that we're seated, because it doesn't know. All we need to do is move this lever. A short pull of the lever starts a self-cleaning, and if I pull it all the way down, there's my rear wash. And there's my front wash. Now it's important to note that both of these washes are going to be a little bit more intense and have a little bit more power than what you're going to get from an electric seat. So if you want something that's got a little bit more control over the power, as well as the ability to control temperature and nozzle position, a variety of different things that a non-electric seat is not going to give you an option to do, an electric seat might be worth considering. You can check out this seat as well as all of the electric seats that we carry, and we carry over 350 different SKUs, on our website at minibidets.com. And you can check in the video description for a link for that. You can also ask any questions you have about the installation of this seat in the video description so that we can help you and others at the same time. So if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, feel free to check out our website for great prices on this unit and a variety of other bidet seats. Have a great day, and thanks so much for watching.
minibidets.com, where we sell mini bidets, not mini bidets.